Contract proposals are a way for business owners to submit a bid to fulfill government requirements in response to Request for Proposals, RFPs. RFPs outline the needs of the government for goods and/or services. RFPs contain contract line item numbers, CLINs, for each product or period of service and can be a simple product purchase or a base year and up to 4 option years of service. An RFP includes a list of contract clauses and a statement of work, SOW, or a performance work statement, PWS. Let's look at an example of the RFP process in action. Larry is a business owner who is ready to expand into the world of government contracting. One of the most important things that Larry can do is to read the RFP in its entirety. To Larry, this seems like a daunting task because many RFPs are at least 30 pages long and can easily exceed 100 pages. However, Larry notices that most of these pages consist of clauses that rarely change, and once he becomes familiar with them, he will be able to skim through them rather quickly. There are, however, some clauses that Larry must read and analyze very closely. The first one is FAR, Federal Acquisition Regulation 52.212-1, Instructions to Offerors. This clause will be customized with the list of all of the steps that contract proposals must contain in order to be considered responsive. Proposals that are missing one or more items are considered unresponsive, do not go through the complete evaluation process, and are not considered for award. One of the last things that Larry wants to happen is to spend hours working on a proposal only to have it be considered unresponsive. The Performance Work Statement, PWS, is an area that Larry should review to ensure that his company is capable of performing all of the tasks or has access to resources, subcontractors, that can accomplish those tasks. The PWS is written by the government from a performance-based perspective and provides all the information needed for Larry to calculate his costs and therefore be able to determine a price for the goods or services requested. Performance-based means that the days of telling contractors how to accomplish each task are mostly long gone. For example, let's say the contract is for lawn maintenance. Instead of telling the contractor to cut the grass every 10 days and how often to apply a specific type of fertilizer, the requirement would be simply to maintain a presentable appearance with the grass height not to exceed 2.5 inches. The proposal that Larry is reviewing contains site visits. Site visits are times when contractors are allowed to come and view the work site, usually for construction or services, in order to gain a better understanding of what will be required to complete the job. Sometimes site visits are mandatory, others are optional. If a site visit is mandatory, only those companies that had a representative sign in at the visit will be allowed to submit proposals. After reading the Instructions to Offerors clause, Larry knows what forms he will need to submit with his proposal package. Some examples will be a completed standard form SF 1449 or SF 18 with acknowledgement of any solicitation amendments posted before the closing date. Other things that may be required are past performance, showing the ability to complete similar work in the past, a technical proposal explaining how the contract will be fulfilled, or proof of insurance or bonding to meet minimum requirements. The best thing about RFPs is that all of the requirements and ways that the proposal will be evaluated are provided. There are no secrets other than what your competitors will provide in their proposals. The government has a few different evaluation techniques depending on the type and complexity of the work. There is LPTA, lowest price technically acceptable, and there is best value. Lowest price technically acceptable, LPTA, means that the evaluation team will first go through each proposal to determine which ones are considered responsive, have everything requested. Responsive proposals are sorted with the lowest price first. The team will then go through the proposal to determine if there is any reason that the contractor would not be able to complete the requirements. The first contractor that meets all the criteria is given the award. Best value is a process where all of the proposals are reviewed, and the team has the latitude to buy up to a better proposal, even if it's not the lowest price. For example, one contractor provides a bid of $90,000 to paint a series of houses, but that contractor has little experience and may have had some minor issues come up during their prior contracts. The next lowest proposal is for $92,000, but this is a company that has a long and stellar track record of providing the services and having happy government customers. The award would then likely go to the second contractor. because the $2,000 difference is worth the confidence factor that they would have that the job will be done correctly. Larry's company has no past performance, so he needs to ensure that the contract does not require a certain number of previous contracts of similar scope and price. There are many that do not require past performance, so companies are not always penalized for being new. However, in this case, past performance is an evaluation factor, so Larry's company will receive a rating of neutral. Contractors that have an established track record can be rated at excellent, or some similar rating on a predetermined scale. Requests for proposals, RFPs, outline all of the information required for a contractor to submit a proposal. The Instructions to Offerors clause is a critical checklist to ensure that your proposal will be considered responsive. The Performance Work Statement, PWS, contains all of the details of the work to be performed and to what standards. Proposals should include all of the information requested in the Instructions to Offerors clause, so that they are not considered unresponsive, meaning the proposal fails to address all aspects of the RFP. Site visits allow contractors to see the work site so that they will have more information to submit an accurate bid. Lowest price technically acceptable, LPTA, and best value are two evaluation methods the government uses to determine who will get the contract award.